fusion centers, we have 6 in California. We have 1 primary center in Sacramento and 5 regional centers. Were designed and put in place after the 9/11 terrorist attacks. And really what they're looking at is they're collecting information and looking at threat streams and other kinds of potential criminal activity throughout the state. They're looking at it on a regional basis. All that information gets funneled in and ultimately comes up to the primary center in Sacramento. And they're building information bulletins and other kinds of intelligence bulletins that get pushed out to law enforcement, other public safety entities, fire and EMS, for example, but also to partner stakeholders, utilities and schools and other kinds of industry, business communities. Because the idea is that as threats evolve, the effort here is to try to get in front of that threat, to mitigate it, and to off-ramp it so it no longer is a threat. Started around the concern for counterterrorism issues, but has evolved into really all crimes, and has been very, very helpful in being able to, for the sake of like a active shooter situation, being able to maybe identify a potential active shooter situation by assessing social media platforms and being able to off-ramp that person by making an arrest prior to the action taking place. So the fusion centers are in contact. They're a multi-discipline center, local, state, federal, private sector, dealing with all the major law enforcement and public safety entities in the country. And they are looking at all things, both domestically and internationally, to connect the dots to ensure that what's happening worldwide actually can come right down to our individual community and the potential threat that may exist. And so they're a very, very important group of people, and they're working every day to be able to assess suspicious activity and then work with all the schools and the other communities to make them safe.
Okay. Do you have any advice for school officials who want to get more involved with the fusion centers, or anything that you wish more school officials knew?
The fusion centers are the school wants to get involved and have a fusion center partnership. They can come to our office and we can be the initial portal to get them to the right fusion center, depending on what part of the state that they're located in. And happy to build a procedure where through a procedure the schools get information, intelligence information on threats and other kinds of potential problems that are happening within their community. As well, if we want to do a threat assessment and a vulnerability assessment, we work with our fusion centers, or our component of that, to go out and actually do a physical security risk and vulnerability assessment and give you a report that would help you determine maybe where you want to focus your funding or other kinds of things to make your campus and your procedures as resilient and protected as possible.